Welcome back to In the Kitchen with David. Take a look at your screen. You're going to see one of everybody's favorite weeknight meals, a pork ribeye steak. Now today we're going to bring it to you from Rastelli's, our #1 food brand here at QVC. And if you think this is just a plain old pork chop, I got news for you. It's not. This is juicy, it's tender. It's called a ribeye for a reason. Today you're gonna get 10 of them. There's 6 ounces each, and we have them for you at a sale price. $69.98 or 4 payments of $17.50 for that juicy flavor to be sitting on your table to enjoy for all of your favorite recipes, whether it's a pork ribeye just like that you're eating on the table with that beautiful Tuscan butter, or if you're serving it in pastas, salads, or even making it into a schnitzel. Now, Ray Rastelli's here with us today. It's always a pleasure to have you in the studio.
It's great to be here.
This is one of your favorite items as well as mine.
It is. It's very special. It's premium pork. It's the prime rib of pork. And that's when you start with the prime rib of beef or of pork, of course, you're dealing with lots of marbling. And of course, marbling means taste, tenderness, and texture. And you wouldn't believe that this is pork when you see how juicy this is. Most people say, I've never seen pork that's that juicy. Well, you've never had a premium pork ribeye steak. Now, you can treat it like a pork chop, but you want to hurt its feelings if you talk about it as a pork chop. I call it a pork steak. I cook it just like I cook any steak. We've given you this beautiful Tuscan herb butter, and the Tuscan herb butter has got garlic, parsley, thyme, rosemary, and a little bit of pinch of salt in there. But each and every one of these prime rib steaks are going to be just as tender and juicy.
Listen, if you're just meeting Ray for the very first time, Ray is not only our #1 food brand here at QVC, Rastelli Meats, as well as Egg Harbor, our today's special value. He is also who I like to call America's butcher, because you work in the butcher shop day in and day out. You see customers face to face, day in and day out, and in fact, you call them guests in your own store.
They are. They are.
And today, we're going to give you the opportunity to pick up something that even at your own store, you don't individually vacuum seal and blast freeze them.
That's correct. Only for QVC.
So you're going to get 10 of these 6 ounces with the Tuscan herb butter, and you're getting all of them at that sale price of $69.98. That makes that they're each one of these is less than $7 per dinner. Now, $17.50 gets it home on Easy Pay. Come on over here. You'll see where when we tell you Ray is at the butcher shop, you know exactly where to get the best cut of
Yes,
meat.
49 years now at the butcher shop, and I will tell you, the key with any great butcher shop is knowing the origin of your beef and your pork and your poultry. This pork comes from the Pennsylvania Dutch Amish country, right around the corner from us here, Alberti. So we bring these prime ribs. This is a prime rib of pork. Now, unlike beef, we do not want to age pork. As soon as it comes into the butcher shop, we take all of the fat off it. We take any nerves or sinew off it, and then we cut these beautiful steaks. Now, you can see the marbling inside that steak.
Yeah, they look good.
That's what's going to make it so tender. Now, what I love most about this, Alberti, is I can use this in so many different dishes, not just as a pork steak. If you want to make a schnitzel, or if you want to make a kebab, and I've done that here today, you'll see some different ways because it's so tender. Parmesan, it's so tender.
I will tell you, so this right over here, right? So this blast freezing and vacuum sealing that you get, it locks in the flavor, it locks in the freshness. I'll never forget the first day. You know how they say, like, you'll never forget the first day you did something? I never forget the first day that I tried the pork ribeyes, because I actually thought they were marinated.
Yes.
They have such a good flavor to them. This is not like a pork chop that's dry, that tastes like cardboard. Now, coming over here, you're going to see a lot of different ways to prepare these. That looks like a big Parmesan.
This is one of our pork ribeyes. All I did was took that pork ribeye and I pounded it out a little bit, right? Just pound it out. I floured, breaded it, put some mozzarella cheese on top. That's one piece. And the reason I say it's one piece, and for you to understand, is because we take all the fat off it. We take all the sinew off it. You're going to be able to actually eat from end to end. So that makes it really simple. But how about a kebab? You know, kebabs are those kind of things that unless you've got a great piece of meat, they're going to be tough. It's hard.
Yeah.
This will be incredible.
These are like butter.
These will be like butter, and I'm going to show you how you won't even need a knife to actually eat this. But the kebabs are just so simple to do. That's out of one of my pork ribeyes. I made 2 incredibly beautiful kebabs, but I'm going to bring you back to the table because here's a whole one here, right, Alberti? Here is a whole pork ribeye.
Yeah.
You can see how beautiful it is. They're large, they're 6 ounces, but watch, I'm going to put the knife down because I don't need a knife. I'm going to go right through the very center of this pork ribeye with a fork. Look at how simple that is. Now, you can't do that with most pork, right? You cannot do that with pork that you typically might get from a supermarket because you don't really know where it's from. This is Pennsylvania Dutch Amish pork that is premium, and it makes every bite tender as could be.
It's so tender and it has so much flavor. You know, I'm glad that you're giving us the Tuscan herb butter.
Yes.
But honestly, even without the Tuscan herb butter, you're going to see and smell and taste the difference. Now, here's what I want you to know. It's the very first day that we're presenting them this year. We're very busy with this. Frank, you were telling me how many people are on the phone lines? We have 600 customers on the phone lines, and we've already taken orders for over 750 sets of 10. If you want it, today is your day to pick it up. You can also get it on auto delivery every 90 days for a full year. Now, I was surprised about that, right? Because we usually try and do 60, but obviously not easy to get it.
No.
So every 90 days for a full year.
Yes, and this is a really difficult product to get. In fact, we take every prime rib of pork out of that Pennsylvania Dutch Amish area. And you know what? They're just for our QVC family. So we're really proud to have done that. And the butcher shop is where I live, right? That's my office for the past 49 years. When folks walk into that store, they see me, they see Chris, they see Brittany, and you know what? They tell us what they like. Well, this prime rib of pork steak is the steak that is our highest seller. Most people, but we don't vacuum package it like we do just for QVC. We don't cut them this size just only for QVC. But the key is the butcher shop because I get to talk to my customers each and every day. You said America's personal butcher. I will tell you that I have most incredible amount of pride in because they're the people that give us the best feedback, what they like, what they don't like, and what we can do better. So this is one of those items that works all the time for everybody.
Yes, and by the way, juicy, delicious, and completely different than a pork chop.
Completely.
If you're the person that says, I remember my mother's pork chops, I remember grandma's pork chops from a Saturday night or a Sunday night, this is completely different. You now have the tenderness, the juiciness, the marbling. There's no fat. There's no gristle. There's nothing to throw away. There's no bone. We are extremely busy. As you know, the Rastelli brand is a Customer Choice Food Award winner. It's our #1 food brand here at QVC. You know the quality. I think everything in my freezer is Rastelli something. And by the way, I'm happy when it's like that. You know why? Because when mom and dad come over to my house now, I want to put the best stuff on the table for them. When I'm eating my foods, I want to know that, hey, I take pride in the food that I put in front of myself every single night. Look at the difference for yourself. Do you see the juiciness? By the way, it's not just the butter. It is actually the pork itself. You will say to yourself, what is this seasoned with already?
Yes.
If you just eat it like that. That's how delicious this is right out of the packaging.
You do not. In fact, here's one that I seared here. But let me bring this seared one over.
Okay.
No butter on it at all because I want you to see just how juicy this product is, right? This is, again, look at that juiciness. Now, there's no butter in there. This is just the juiciness coming right from that pork ribeye steak. And again, the reason for it, it's Pennsylvania Dutch, it's premium pork, but it's the ribeye. The ribeye is my favorite steak of beef. It's my favorite steak of pork.
Yeah. Listen, we're really busy on the phone lines. If you can use QVC.com, if you can use your mobile apps, if you have a smartphone, open up the photo app, go to that QR code on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, that little square that looks really funny, and just open up your photo app. It'll take you right to QVC.com to place your order. But right now, over 500 people are waiting to place their orders on the phone lines. Why? It's the first day that we've presented this in 2025. You're gonna get 10 of the pork ribeyes. By the way, at a $7 per pork ribeye dinner meal, that's one of the best meals and best prices that I've seen in a very, very long time. It's a hot pick for today. The price, the easy pay, is not going to last. $17.50 gets it home. And how many orders have already been placed, Frank? Help me out over here, because the thing is, we have over 1,200 orders placed with 500 more people waiting on the phone lines. It's not going to last. And it's been a very long time since we had it. Now you're showing us again, right?
So I want you to see, if you take a look at this piece I sliced, you'll notice there's no fat. There's nothing but beautiful meat. So you're going to eat from one end to the other. And of course, it's going to be fork tender. Just as you can see here, I'm going to take this whole pork ribeye and I'm going to go right through it with a fork.
Yeah.
No knives needed. And each one is individually vacuum packaged. So when they come individually vacuum packaged this way, they're going to be good for 12 months in your freezer. Stick them in every nook and cranny. But what you're going to find is you can make it as a great pork steak, or you can do a schnitzel. You can treat it like a pork chop and throw it in that bag and bake it. You can do a kebab. You can do fajitas. So many different things you can do with this, because it's tender, it's juicy, and it's going to be incredibly flavorful.
All right, M92625, that's your item number. Free shipping on this every time you get it to your house. Lock it in on auto delivery, and you'll get it every 90 days for a full year. Listen, it's already been over 60 days at least since we've had it on
Yes.
air, because we haven't seen it at all this year. Here's what's going on. We started with close to 4,000. We have fewer than 1,500 remaining, including the auto delivery, and we've got more people than that on our phone lines. So check out your shopping cart, lock in that sale price. Ray Rastelli, always a pleasure to see you in our show. Thanks so much for
Thank
being
you.
here. All right, coming up.